In One Hub in Season 23, we have been to some great circuits, but nothing compares to Silverstone, where the atmosphere is electric, the racing action is mind-blowing, and it's the people that make it what it is. The circuit is steeped with history and adrenaline. However, even though the circuit might have a lot of adrenaline, you won't be seeing the level of adrenaline that Jess would have had on Thursday, and that is due to, well, a penalty. Now, your race winner that you would have seen, Nick, last time out in Singapore, was given a penalty, as you can see right now in your picture, and that promoted Jess on the 72nd attempt to finish in first. Absolutely was an extraordinary race, a lot of safety cars, a lot of chaos, and in the end, the race was decided on Thursday with penalties. And this is going to obviously be a big confidence boost to Jess. And talking about confidence boosts as well, it has been all season as well for our champion Funky, who obviously was crowned it last time out in Singapore, and he is really on a high. And one thing about this season, in all tiers in One Hub, has just been about it has been all about being consistent, and all three champions obviously crowned last time out with 2 rounds to go here at Silverstone and our final run and our final round in Kota. So that really does show you about how much how consistent the champions have been, and they have been matched. They have been matched on numerous occasions, but it's just been they've been the ones who have always been the one to beat, and that's what put them ahead of the field, and has given obviously Funky the championship in the P3 tier. And as we are talking about it, we might as well show you also the championship standings as well. And already first place, all confirmed, Funky is your drivers champion for the P3 tier here in season 23. Battle though still goes on for second position. Today, second place can also get sealed, and as I'll show you in a bit, there is still prizes that can be won for places like second. So still a very interesting battle, which we'll get onto in a second, for that second place. The challengers, obviously, Nick as well running in third, who was the driver who did win on circuit in Singapore, but it was the driver in P5, Jess, who was promoted and taking her first victory. Rageman in fourth, and then obviously we've already spoken about Nick and Jess, P3 and P5. And then we have Giggle in 6th, Truth in 7th, Jamie in 8th position. Then we have Fuzzy Bear ahead of Matthias, who just rounds out the top 10. And then we have Mason, then we have Hooky, and then we have Shelby, Ollie, Sharky, and then we have Trunders, King, Jacamondo, and then Cadenza, Oki, and King Gen. Apologies if I butchered any of the names. I did obviously commentate this tier last season. However, I have forgotten any new names, and also we've had some new faces as well. So, now running you through the Constructors' Championship. It is Haas in P1, and then we have Aston Martin in second position. We're 210, but Haas with a good advantage as well right now at the moment. We have Ferrari in 4th, Red Bull in 5th, Williams, and then we have Mercedes, Alpha Tauri, and then we have Alfa Romeo and Alpine with 30 points. But it is really great to see that we have seen so many points still, even for the bottom team in 10th. 30 points, so it is great to see, but they're definitely going to be able, they're definitely going to be able to try and improve their position and get further points. And if there is a bit of chaos, then you never know. Anything is definitely possible. So it will be interesting to see how it all plays out. Now, obviously, as I said, there are stuff that can be won, and the top 5 of the Drivers' Championship will win. So as you can see, we do have first down to 5th, so still a lot to be won as well for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Now obviously your champion already, he's earned a £50 voucher, so either for PlayStation or Amazon. Now, it is the same prize for second, third, fourth, and fifth, but also a trophy to be added to that as well. So still, you want to be in that position. It's a free entry to next season, so that means that you won't have to pay, and you automatically get a seat for next season without having to pay any kind of fee. And then, the winners of the Constructors' Championship right now, Haas, are in prime position for it. It is obviously a trophy and also a free entry to next season as well. So definitely a lot can be won here in One Hub. Even if you're not the champion, there's still a lot of things you can get and a lot of other prizes, as we're also going to see later on as well. But we are at Silverstone, the home of British motorsport. It is really an extraordinary circuit, as we talked about, the high-speed nature of it. Overtaking opportunities. Today, we could see overtakes at every single corner. Drivers even risking it through Maggots and Beckett's, through Cops, any corner really on this circuit. You could see battles through and side by side. So definitely it's going to be action everywhere you look. And I cannot wait to see how all of the drivers are going to be able to tackle it there as well. So definitely will be interesting to see how it all plays out. Then, but funky, definitely, as we mentioned earlier, having a big confidence boost and winning the championship so early must also be a very good feeling, obviously for the driver, but also at the same time being able then to enjoy and not having to worry about the not having to worry at all that the championship could be on the line, and also then you're able to relax a bit more, have a bit more fun, and it is really a good feeling for all of the for the champion as well. But still, as I said, second place to still be sorted, and also just the action on the circuit is why you should join us as well. We have COTA next week, and talking about that, we'll actually show you our calendar for the season as well. Most of them has already been done, started at Qatar on 6th August, and you can see we're in the penultimate race of the season now here at Silverstone. And obviously, we are at a slightly earlier time as well, 4 p.m. And that is just because, obviously, on Grand Prix Sunday, later on today, we have the Mexico City Grand Prix. And while we all wait for the run and battle down to Turn 1 between the two Ferraris and Verstappen, we do have some One Hub action to keep an eye on, and definitely some action that's probably going to be more interesting than the real-life Formula 1 race later on. So absolutely incredible. But as I said, we are heading to Austin next time around, and also we're not just heading there for one race. We have two races, the sprint and the feature race as usual, but we have the sprint there at Austin, so definitely going to be a bit more added spice in there. And then also a shortened main race to 35%, still mandatory 2 stops there are, so you still have that element in a shorter space of time. So it's going to be absolutely frantic at Austin, but it's definitely going to be absolutely frantic here at Silverstone. We will be getting into the action very, very shortly as well. We are just having a tiny bit of a delay and also waiting for the session to get underway. Now, let's quickly also run you through a great time to run you through our sponsors. So we obviously have the Champions Prize as well. The Driver Championship of each tier will be in with a chance to win 2 amazing prizes. So the FGT Elite Cockpit and also the Elite ES1 Sim Racing seat as well. So a lot of prizes can be won there as well, NLR, and you can still get it for second and third in the championship. All drivers could also be in a shot if you are committed and you keep committed all season. And commitment is really, really important, and if you do want to be a champion, then you're going to need that as well. But this is for some of the drivers as well who might not be who might not have the outright pace possibly, but still they have shown commitment, and they definitely do deserve some kind of reward. We have Acetex, a big thanks to them, and then Pure Sim Gear, the Mystery Sim Box, and then our partners as well our Vespertine, and then ERT, and then we also do have the Elite Racing Team Going Gets Tough, so you can win a Acetec t-shirt and cap. And then, as you can see now right in your picture, all of the requirements for any driver to be able to get it. And then obviously SimGrid that powers our whole league, and as you would have seen earlier on, the championship standing just makes it so much easier and releases lots of pressure off the management team, that you can all have it in one space, and basically it just runs everything in the league. So definitely at Silverstone, everything is set to be an exciting race as well. And right now you can see the previous winners here as well. I obviously commentated, as I mentioned earlier on in the stream, in the P3 tier last season, and it was Jonas, driver, who is now in the P2 tier, who did go on to take victory there as well. However, I think it's time to head over to the action, and you currently will have a black screen. However, hopefully not for too long, as just going to quickly get it all ready. There we go. And it should be now fully in your picture. As you can now see, we are looking down in the pit lane and now onto the circuit here at Silverstone. And we have the Williams, first of all, heading out onto the circuit along with Matthias Hookie. And obviously we're on board with OKK, I think. OKK, I think is how I'm gonna pronounce that one here today. But 18 minutes qualifying, and then we obviously have the 50% race that will come our way later on as well. So let's see then how it does play out, as we do see a bit of a half spin there for OKK as well, just having a tiny bit of a moment on the circuit. And we're now on board with Ghost. He's the only driver who will not be taking part in this qualifying. He'll head out, get set up on, and then retire, as he does have an engine penalty as well. So definitely do keep an eye and see how he's going to be able to make his way up through the field. And I'll see if we're able to watch Hookie now, as he is about to begin a lap around this Silverstone circuit, as he makes his way now down to Club Corner and about to go on to the Hamilton Straight. And then you make your way down towards Abbey Corner onto the Hamilton Straight you go. Get ready then for Abbey. Take a wide line to try and make the corner as flat as possible, so you carry as much speed as you can. And then you head into Village, and then the loop will follow through as well. And then you go back on the power through Aintree Corner and then onto the Wellington Straight. Overtaking opportunity. The rear wing does go open. And then we head all the way to Brooklands Corner. And we usually do see in the race some great switchbacks through this corner. And drivers doing up and unders around the outside could be possible as well. On the outside of Luffield through Woodcut then. And then heading down to the iconic Cops Corner. And it's been very close between championship protagonists there before in real life. And obviously, while we've got an outright championship leader, still game on in the battle for second position. Hookie has invalidated that lap. Very easy to do. His teammates about to begin a push lap as well. Matthias has invalidated. So as you can see, really, really challenging this circuit is to get right. And not just keeping it on the road, but keeping it within the white lines. Ghost is retired, as I mentioned earlier, as we obviously are gonna... he obviously does have a engine penalty as well. The majority would have taken it in sprints rounds as well, with obviously in the sprint races. A big opportunity, because obviously after qualifying... the qualifying sets the grid for the sprint, and the sprint sets it for the feature race. So you're still able then to use the sprint to improve places, still start high, but still obviously serve your engine penalty at the same time. So it's definitely very good, as we do see Cadden over the line. It's a 1 minute 27.818 to kick ourselves off with. We're going to have a look at Giggle as he makes his way down to Stowe Corner. And you're straight back on the power, and then heading down to Club. And then it'll be foot flat to the floor from this point onwards onto the Hamilton Straight. The line comes at you very quickly, as you can see there. And over the line he goes to set a 1 minute 26.829. So a good lap there by Giggle. But the laps will be getting faster and faster but drivers cannot afford to make any kind of mistakes as well, because obviously if you make a mistake on your first or second run, adds unnecessary pressure for you later on in the second, third run as well. We have just seen Mason over the line, and third position for him as well. At the moment, we're currently focused on Jamie, who is on the medium compound of tyres, so saving a set of softs in the first run right now. We're still waiting for a few drivers to also head out onto the circuit, but quite a few of them also getting some early runs and lap times in. We're still watching Jamie then as he heads through Stowe corner, and then Vale and Club follows very quickly as well. So over the line. And 1 second, just realised there's no game sound, and that might be. You're going to lose pictures for a second. You'll gain them back, but this time also you are going to gain track audio. Hopefully. I actually had it off. I had the game audio off on OBS. Had the sound down, so forgot to turn them on. Now we should have audio for you. So hopefully that should all be sorted now. But just running you through the first lap times we have, which are obviously going to get faster because you obviously do see a few mistakes on the first one by the drivers, possibly some drivers also getting blocked as well. But it is Giggle, Jamie, and then Caden and Mason. The only lap times we have got on the board right now, Jamie was able to slot himself up into second, but obviously on the medium. So as I said, still, we are going to see an improvement when he does put on the set of soft compound of tyres. 11 minutes to go in this qualifying session. And now more drivers are pushing on the circuit very shortly. Drivers heading on to the out laps. Now our champion, no longer championship leader, our champion is also starting to attack the circuit now, as well as he begins his lap. And this is a good thing, as we mentioned earlier, for him, that he's just able to enjoy now a tiny bit as well. Enjoy himself out there on the racetrack and not have to worry about the championship. Can go out there, have some fun, but also still some fun, serious racing. Can take a few more risks. So let's see them. Where is he gonna filter out them? And I was obviously speaking with your normal commentator. And first of all, I don't think I mentioned, but my name in the commentary box is Omi, P2 tier commentator. But I was also speaking with your usual commentator as Funky spins off the road and into the gravel trap as well. So that is going to be his first run done on this lap. But I was speaking with Mick as well, and he did say Funky has been also ahead of the field by one step all season long. So definitely going to be interesting to see how he can do with obviously when he is able to get a clean lap in, but that definitely not being one. A spin on the circuit, and it's going to be a straight trip back to the pits for him, and it's going to be a trip to the front of the field at the moment for Hooky. The AlphaTauri driver comes over the line to set a 1 minute 26.779. So good lap by Hooky. A very good lap by Hooky at the moment. A few more drivers pushing on. As you can now see in your picture, we have Matthias, and then we have Fozzie Bear as well, making his way through the iconic Maggot, Beckett and Chapel corner. And it is always hard at that part. Rajan slots himself into 6th. Always hard not to overdo it. When you're always trying to push to the absolute max, sometimes you might just overdo it. And that's always it can always ruin your lap, especially in the final run. Caden disqualified from the session, so that is going to be unfortunate for the man currently in 4th position, but is going to be rocketing down to the bottom of the timing page there. Fozzie Bear over the line to 4th position, as we now are also going to see Matthias make his way through it out of the final corner. Let's see where the Haas driver can go as he comes over the line. The front of the field is going to be where he's going to go. So, great lap by Matthias, getting already a very great lap in straight away. So great stuff by Matthias there. Let's see who's going to be able to get close to Mason. Now pushing on as well. On a lap where he did, well, obviously wasn't pushing too much, just getting a banker lap in. We're going to see massive improvement here by Mason as he now attacks as well, as he heads through the opening part of this lap. Right now, at the moment, his teammate is on the front row, but only 7 laps, and a lot of them obviously not being proper ones. And you can already see Mason through that first sector, improving by 2.5 tenths of a second. So already a good improvement there, and that will continue through the second sector, and then the third sector, which will also follow as well. And remember, it's also the track is getting better. The track continues to improve throughout qualifying. OKK comes over the line to go into 8th. And I'll take a look at this. Through Maggots, Beckett, and then Chapel. And then we're about to find out in a few seconds' time the sector 2 time. And as you can see, almost 6 tenths of a second up for Mason as he makes his way down to Stowe Corner. Will go to the outside line, fling it in. Hope you get good power and traction out of the corner. And then heading down to Vale and Club. And then don't be too greedy on the power and have a spin. We don't want to be too late on the power as well and lose some time over the line. And it's going to be an improvement to 5th position at the moment, as Giggle goes on a out lap. So we're still waiting for Jess, and then Sheck and Nick also to push on as well. We have already, we've obviously already seen on the circuit as over the line. I don't want to be able to drive over the line, never mind. But definitely now, let's see how we see OKK continue in this session. Definitely more time to be gained for OKK. As you can see, it is right now at the moment a 1 minute 28.017. And if we are to bring it also to the gap to the leader, as you can see, it is 1.8 at the moment. We already saw Funky push out on the circuit, but it was a trip almost to the barrier for Funky. Now, let's see where he's going to be able to go, as he is heading once again to Cop's Corner. And flings it in. Keeps it in track limits. That's always the crucial thing, keeping it in track limits. And then he's about to attack it through Maggots and Beckett, and then we also see how the second sector time is looking like for him. It's a 1 minute 3.94, but obviously we don't have a previous lap to compare to, as it was a straight trip back to the pits for him after the moment he had. And now down to Club Corner he goes, and we're about to see him get back on the power over the line. He's about to come, and he improves up and gets his first lap into 5th position. So big gaps we're seeing at this part of qualifying. 15 drivers right now only at the moment, with 2 of them not taking any further part in this session. A disqualification for Caden and Ghost serving his engine penalty, the only driver to do so right now in this in here at Silverstone today. So we still have Jess and Sheck. Sheck is making his way out onto the circuit though. It looks like he's going to be going on a push with over 4 minutes to go. We are heading now all the way towards the final few runs, but it does seem like there's going to be a lot of improvements. Kind of like one-shot qualifying for a lot of these drivers as they try find a good lap right now. Because we have seen laps, but we've seen laps which have had errors, which have had mistakes, and definitely more improvements to come into play as well. So definitely the battle for pole going to be interesting. And hopefully the big gaps will come closer. And you see Funky heading back into the pits after his lap. Giggle came over the line and he found an improvement to 2nd position to bridge the gap down a tiny bit to under 2 tenths of a second to Matthias, who went out there, set an absolutely brilliant lap, and it's worked a treat for him. Getting the lap together was always crucial. Jamie's heading out on his out lap now as well. So Jamie pushing on in a second. So it'll be interesting to see how he is able to get on in the race. Coming up obviously after the qualifying session does conclude. Getting the grid obviously right now at the moment. And it's a grid that still we don't know how it's going to end. It could be completely different by the time we get the checkered flag. Over the line came the McLaren of Rageman. Sheck has been disqualified. Second driver to be disqualified, parked in a dangerous location. It says so. He's going to be the second driver to be disqualified. So he's not going to be able to set a time. It's now over to the 12 other drivers as they start heading out also for their out laps now at this part. Jamie, they're pushing on right now. So while the others go on an out lap, Jamie is attacking this circuit. So let's see what is going to be the improvement through the first sector. That's what we're going to be looking at as he now makes his way through. A bit of traffic that will be on this lap for him, but he is up by 2.5 tenths of a second, and he's hopefully going to be able to get on the power and not be blocked, but that's not what is going to happen as well, as Jess was in the way, unfortunately. So Jamie now, if he does have enough fuel, he'll back off at this moment in time and will do another lap and get ready. As well, so let's hope he's able to do that. Matthias now out on the circuit to extend his advantage at the front of the field, but the question remains, who is going to be able to get close? I think Fozzie Bear begins his lap right now for McLaren, down in 10th, but pushing on. So let's see how this lap time is going to go. Also, Hookie possibly could be pushing on. He is pushing on. He's further ahead right now, and he's 4 thousandths of a second up at the moment. So an improvement through the first sector, but the second sector obviously does have the old start-finish straight, but Maggots, Beckett, and Chappell, which can really separate the field. So I would not be surprised if we were to see a massive improvement through the second sector. See him right now attacking through. Let's see what the second sector time is looking like for Hookie, as now we are at the business end of this session. He is up by over 1/10 of a second, but he would have wanted more time. So unless he finds even more time in the third sector, it is going to still be 4th position and will put him under threat from other drivers behind who are going to be on the improvement. So Hookie heads down to the final corner of this circuit now, onto the Hamilton straight. He's about to go. Checkered flag is out at the end of qualifying. Hookie over the line, and he was able to find an improvement through the last sector, and that gets him ahead of Nick. Giggle is right now second, and he is gonna he won't be able to improve his lap. Nick 4,000 up as well in the first sector. He'll continue to push on in the second sector though. And there's going to be a spin for Rageman. So Rageman is gone. Round as well. Mason pushing on, up by over 0.5 tenth of a second. So keep an eye on these improvements. And our attention is going to turn to Okeke, who is definitely going to be hoping that he can find a better lap time. 1.8 seconds off so far, but out of the last corner and makes his way to the line. Only to 9th position. That is one Williams over the line. The second one right now is about to come over the line as well. Jess over the line can find an improvement to 5th. So Jess goes 5th. Over 0.5 second though behind at the moment. And Nick is out of the way, so he is invalidated. He's fully out of the way for the other drivers to still be on the attack. Now, on board we go with our champion. Mason comes over the line to improve to 7th position. And also, we see Jamie over the line. Now, Funky, what can he do? The champion goes up to 7th position. And it looks like that is going to be it in qualifying, with Rageman not finding an improvement. Matthias' first lap was good enough to hold that pole position. And it'll be Giggle in second. So that is going to be the front row. Matthias, Giggle, and then it'll be Hookie, who will be in third, finding an improvement to get past Nick, who invalidated right at the end as well, so could not find a response. Jess, with 1 lap to do it, finds her way up to 5th position. Then Jamie in 6th. So wow, it was absolutely brilliant, that qualifying session. But Matthias, a step ahead of the field in that one. So it was Matthias, then it was Giggle, then Hookie, and then we had Nick, Jess, Jamie, Funky, and then Rageman, Mason, and then we had Ollie as well in 10th, Fuzzy Bet, Okeke, Ghost, and then we had Caden, Shek as well, right at the back, 2 disqualifications, and 1 driver starting from the back as well due to an engine penalty. But what a race we do have coming up here at Silverstone. Definitely going to be really interesting to see how it all does play out. Now, I'm not going to change the scene as well. I'm going to leave it on this because it does usually have a black screen when I do turn the game off, and I can't see the game myself. So that would mean that I would not know when the start is happening. I would miss the start, and obviously I wouldn't also even be able to change it back in time at the same time. Oh, and take a look at that. It is raining. So we're going to have a wet start here at Silverstone. The rain has decided to come down. Typical British weather. So the rain has decided to come down, which is good, which is going to give us a wet start. Definitely spices this one up. So Funky. Funky's response was so many errors on every lap, so definitely he definitely has some pace in him as well. So we'll see how that works. Now, with the rain falling, it opens the door for, well, some exciting racing still. Still is some exciting racing, but definitely for a bit of a mixed up race that we are going to see. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out. And I don't believe we have the formation lap as well due to the glitch. So we should be straight into the action. We'll find out if the second red light comes on as well. But right now, with the rain falling down, let's see how this one plays out then. Penultimate race of the season is, next time we'll be heading to Kota. But it is going to be an interesting battle. Down to the first corner of Abbey. Short run down there, but it's always tight. And then the circuit opens up a bit as you head into the loop. Well, here we go then. It's time to look to the 5 red lights. The penultimate race of the season is 5 lights away. And the British Grand Prix is underway, and it's a good start from Matthias off the front row. He'll maintain the lead. Hooky is going to try and move up to second position. Is he going to go the long way around? No. Giggle runs the car out wide to mean Hooky can't get through. That blocks off Hooky. That will allow Nick to go back through, but Hooky is incredibly late on the brakes, and he will run off the road. Giggle goes wide. He still has the inside line. Matthias is checking out of town while these guys do battle. Hooky is up to second position. Nick is trying to keep third, and he is going to do so. Giggle will have to worry about Funky, and now Jamie is getting through as well as we head all the way towards Brooklyn's corner. Are they all going to be able to get it slowed down? Jamie versus Funky. Funky trying to keep his foot in the long way round. The outside line will turn into the inside line, and does it turn into the place for him? It will. Jamie just ahead of Rageman as they all make their way through on the opening lap of this race. Who is gonna brave it out to Cops Corner, all on intermediate? These are the position changes, very close between the two Williams of Jess and Okeke. And you can see Jess drop down quite a bit. Giggle dropping down too as well. But it's the dream start for Matthias at the front of the field. He's got a 1 second lead on the opening lap of Silverstone. It was a great start really for Matthias, and just able to pull away as they were all squabbling, Hooky, Nick and Giggle on that opening lap. And they're all trying to make some moves. That is going to be Shek, who has moved up 7 positions. Great start by Shek. And he's trying to get past Rageman, who is keeping his foot in. So Rageman keeping his foot in. They go side by side. They run wheel to wheel. And much more later. Oh, round goes Jamie. Jamie is round, and he's going to spin to the back of the field. And sliding. Rageman is sliding. And that is going to allow 1 Williams through. That is going to allow 2 Williams through. And it might even allow his teammate through as well. And that was really tight. The 2 Williams getting close together once again. And it's a frantic opening lap as Okeke runs wide. And that might open the door for Rageman to have a go and to look for a move. But what an opening lap to the race that was. But for Matthias. He won't know any of that because he's dominating. But 1.4 seconds and a spin for Rageman. Rageman is gonna lose the car and drop down as we go wheel to wheel for second position, and Nick trying to fight his way through. The brilliant battle on the opening lap for second continues on lap 2 as Nick trying to go the long way around. I said we could have possibly seen a move earlier on. It's wet. It's very, very tricky to get on the power, but Nick gets on the power earlier than Hooky and is up to second position, and he's trying to keep it as we head to Cop's corner. Really getting tight now at this stage, and Matthias will be loving this battle. He's gonna lose it, Hooky. Oh, how did he keep it? How did both of them keep it pointing in the right direction? Giggle's trying to find his way through as well. And it's so hard while following a car. Giggle now is going to have a chance to get past Hooky. It's wet, and he's debating whether he wants the outside line, whether he wants the inside line. It will be the inside line for him. The two Williams are battling, and Giggle is going to get his way past Hooky at the moment. Incredibly close it was, but Okeke gets past Jess, and are the two Williams still side by side? Hooky, Giggle's dropped down, Giggle has had a spin. And that is so unfortunate for Giggle, who's going to drop down then. Oh, just about keeping it on the road was a Keke. Just about. That was scary stuff out of the final corner. And there's drivers on the cusp of losing it. And I think Rageman is retired. Rageman is out. And the is the safety car out? I think we might have a virtual safety car at the moment. But out of the final corner, well, we saw Okeke almost lose the car out of the final corner. I think Rageman might have just done it. And we do have a safety car out, as you can see the yellow icon on the map. And it's frantic, absolute frantic. So we were obviously on board there, and we saw Okeke almost spin the car. So I believe the position Rageman was in the final corner, he would have basically done the exact same thing, but actually lost the car properly. Now Matthias' big gap is going to be finally bridged down after the lovely battling for second position. And what a start by Jet. What a start indeed. Disqualified in qualifying. Up 11 places in the race. And that is absolutely extraordinary stuff. He has made his way through the field. And he's been the one to stay out of all sorts of chaos. So we saw a battle between the two Williams as well. So great to see teammates going at it. If they keep it clean though. If they keep it clean, because remember, teamwork is key here in one hub. But it's always fun to also have battles with your teammate. Fun, clean battles is what we love to see. And Matthias, so far, has been a step ahead of the rest in qualifying and in the race. But now, with the safety car, let's see how it plays out till the end. Into the pits comes Hooky. So Hooky dives it into the pits, joined by Jess as well. Ghost gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. However, Matthias now with the safety car. Let's see if anyone's going to be able to... well, obviously now Nick will be right on the back. But it depends. If Nick and Funky start battling, then they'll lose time again. But if they stay close, then it could be very interesting for the pair of them. Or for all of the drivers. Might not even be the top two who duel it out for the race win, but some great battlings, here at Silverstone. Okay, right, so the drivers who dived it in are Hooky, Jess, Fozzie Bear, and then we have Ollie, Ghost, and Mason. Ghost picking up obviously a 5-second time penalty. So there's a fresh set of intermediates that go on the cars at the moment. They will also quickly change you that, but everyone's on the intermediate, so that is also why I've kind of just left the position changes up for a while, but now with obviously a few drivers on fresher inters, I'll leave the tyres up as well for all of us. But the rain causing quite a bit of action at Silverstone, and we really love to see it. We absolutely do. So, race update quickly. Matthias holding the lead. Brilliant stuff off the start. Nick involved in all sorts of battles as well with Hooky. who's decided to make a pit stop along with about half of the field as well. As you can see, the drivers on with 0 laps. All are fresh. The drivers with 3 have all not made a pit stop yet in this race. So smart to make a pit stop during the safety car, of course. But then we will be seeing loads of different strategies coming in as well in this race. So we're under the safety car at the moment, but with the field almost catched up, the safety car should be in at the end of this lap. I think we've seen a really great race here so far, as I've mentioned quite a few times. But definitely keep an eye on the drivers with the fresh intermediates. They are going to be the ones on the attack. The rest are going to be on the defense. So an early safety car definitely going to spice things up, as early safety cars always do. Oh, Hoki has been given a penalty for a severe collision with Caden. Now obviously he can serve that in the pit lane, luckily. He's already made 1 pit stop. Then the second one he should be able to serve that in the pits. But still definitely not really helpful, that 5-second penalty. So another safety car is what he'll be hoping for. But we are on lap 5 out of 26. As they head towards Cops, and we surely will be going back to green flag racing. Ghost has decided to make a pit stop to have a lap extra fresher, also tyres as well on those inters. So as you can see, it's 0 laps for him. So 0 laps for him, then 1, and then we also do have the drivers who haven't made a pit stop, which do have 4. So we're focusing on him. Obviously, the driver who's pushing a tiny bit because he's obviously closing in. Closing and bridging the gap right now. So he'll catch up, and we should be getting the safety car in. As you can see. Over them, and there is the train, and there is the message to tell us that a safety car is coming in, and we will be going back to green flag racing. Now, it's Matthias' choice when they go, and they've all got to behave themselves. Can be a tiny bit hard, though, in the rain. As you can see, Matthias weaving as he heads through the final corner. We've seen a position change already, but Jess is going to retake that position. Fozzie Bear's diving it into the pits might explain it. So, Matthias makes his way down towards turn number 1, Abbey corner, and takes us back to green flag racing, and Nick has stayed with him. The gap is 0.3 of a second between them, so staying with him. Is anyone going to be able to make some moves? At this part of the circuit, the track opens up a tiny bit from Abbey corner, where you mostly want to go single, where you mostly want to go single file in the dry, let alone the wet. Can get really tight, and you could have contact there. But if you are full car length ahead, it could be a good overtaking spot, especially when there's no DRS, so that you don't have that factor to worry about. ERS, but that makes ERS management so much crucial. Obviously, all of these drivers are going to have high numbers at this moment in time, just due to the fact, obviously, that we've just finished from a safety car. Mason has just been overtaken as well, but is the front of the field where the battles are close right now. Looks like Hooky might be involved in a scrap, and he's thinking about the inside line. Into Cops corner. Are they going to make their way through? Just about. They're going to make their way through. Still side by side as Caden tries to keep the position. Hooky, who is going to yield into Maggots and Beckett's, going the long way around. And Hooky, as we said, he'll be on the attack on the fresher intermediates, is on the attack and is taking the place. Back to the front of the field we go, with Nick trying to find a way through on Matthias. And it's all going to be about when he feels like he is close enough, he will use the ERS and will try and go for that move. But was close to Cop's corner between Hooky and Caden, just about keeping it together. And here is the man who has been on the attack all race long, has made quite a lot of overtakes, trying to continue that and move up to third position at the moment, and will have a chance to go the long way around. And Funky is off the racing line, off the part of the circuit that you want to be on, and check. is forcing some great defensive shapes. Is he now going to be able to stand on the power? Having a few slides himself, and then having to use DRS. As you can see on the exit, the Haas that was in front of us has moved further ahead of us. And Nick has lost some time also to Matthias. And Funky is trying to get involved in that one as well. So there goes Jess. Jess has made the move because Camden is off the road. There we go. So Caden has gone off the road and had a moment. So that's why we have seen that position change. We're still seeing some battles, though. Oh, keeping his foot in just about around the outside. I thought it was he would have been squeezed fully off the road. But Ghost, who took that engine penalty, is going to make the pass and move up to 10th position there. Change for third position. So Funky would have had a terrible exit coming out of Cops, and that is allowed Jack, who has been putting the pressure on, through and up to third position. Now, is he able to do anything about Nick, the driver directly in front of him now as well? Let's see if Hooky can now make a move on Jamie, gaining with every meter that we run towards Stowe corner, and we're gonna see an easy pass to the inside line. Okeke's trying to move up. Jamie keeping his foot in. Is he gonna make the corner? He is gonna just make the corner, but he's not gonna do it in the fastest way possible, and that is gonna allow Hooky to move up to 7th. And at the same time, we saw our champion lose a position to Okeke. The car directly in front of him now. So through goes the Williams man. Jess under a tiny bit of pressure by Ghost. The most recent winner right now, Jess in one hub, the P3 tier, taking a first victory. And Ghost, they're having a little look down the inside. But he knows he's going to have better opportunities, especially in the wet. When you're worried, there's a big chance your rival could slide off the racing line. And has Hooky had a moment? He has had a moment. Hooky has gone off the road. And that is going to allow now the battle we've been watching. And Ghost has been able to get through. But they've both been able. Well, Ghost has been able to improve 2 positions. Jess has moved up 1 thanks to the moment for Hooky, which sees him lose out after overtaking Jamie. He's going to drop behind 3 cars. And with more work to do to make some overtakes. And Ghost looking absolutely rapid. And he's now the highest. He's now the highest runner of the fresh intermediates. The driver who has made a pit stop. The driver in third has got a penalty check. But Ghost, the highest runner who has made a pit stop to put the media on for his first pit stop. The highest one of those runners. And that's great because he's only got 1 lap pressure. But he's made his way through them all still, because he obviously made an extra pit stop to go to the back. So he started that safety car restart on the back of the field. He's made his way through though. As Hooky, we just watched him get past Jess as well, using a bit of ERS, and a great tidy pass down to Stoke corner. And a very bad exit there for Jess as well. Off the corner. Cadden getting a 3-second time penalty, and I believe Cadden might have spun as well, possibly. Unsure who it was. It was Cadden who has had a moment. So Matthias, back to business, back to how it was, and pulling away from the field. Nick in second, and then we have Shek running inside at the moment, and we have Ghost trying to get past Jamie, and is going to get past Jamie to the inside line. And he had an engine penalty, but Ghost is absolutely doing well at the moment to fight his way through the field. And Hooky is now also going to be trying to follow through as well. Maybe even into the top corner with the momentum that he has got, he'll be a bit too far back. And when you are that far back, you don't risk it in the dry, let alone the wet. So now he's going to use the ERS, he's going to pull to the side and make the move. So Hooky gets past and up into 8th position. So these drivers soaring their way through the field. And Ghost has got a 2-second gap to his teammate to gain. And that gap then leads him also to this train currently in the battle for 2nd position. As we head down to Vale corner. Tiny bit wide for Keke. As Funky gets a bit closer then as well. Oh, all out of shape for Funky. That is going to open the door for Giggle to get through. And obviously the championship all sorted for Funky. We're not having the easiest race after it as well. Not good qualifying. And so far, it's been a race that he improved a lot of positions. It started going positive and then has gone a bit negative with losing positions. Fozzie Bear has got a 3-second time penalty. Currently running in last position. Not good for McLaren. One is already out, one is at the back, and last. But the race can easily change. Funky trying to get past Giggle once again. So these two continuing battle and going, attempting to at least the long way around. And, well, he was distracted a tiny bit there. The other Aston Martin's now trying to follow through as well. He was trying to make a move. And actually, I've just noticed there's damage for Giggle as well, I believe. You can just about see, if you look at that front wing, there's damage, and you can see there he's also run a tiny bit wide. That is going to be close now. As we are going to see, the Haas driver, Funky, trying to fight his way through. He's going to get boxed in, and that could allow the other Aston Martin to get through. The Aston Martin's doing a bit of teamwork to try hold up Funky. Was close through Maggots and Beckett. Now, are we about to see a double overtake? ERS is being used by Ghost. He's going to go to the outside line, but he might not have enough room. His teammate blocks that path off. It will be the inside line. Is Ghost going to end up with any positions off this corner? No, he will not end up with any positions. Instead, he's going to end up losing one. Well, he'll gain one because his teammates dived it in, but he's going to lose one at the same time because Hooky takes advantage. Opportunistic move there by Hooky. Saw that Ghost was struggling to make the move and got through the long way around. So it's going to be Hooky who improves the position right to the side of us. He came and he made that move. We were on board with Ghost. So some great racing in one hub. And has the rain stopped a tiny bit? Possibly the rain could be easy. Hard to tell. So could that be indicating possibly moving to dries, trying to go the long way around and take second position? Is going to be checked. Is he going to be able to get on the power? Or is he going to be shown the gravel? He won't be shown the gravel. He'll be shown the back, the rear wing of the Ferrari once again. And now, Check is going to try and make the move. Down the inside of Cop's corner. That is going to be brave stuff. Both cars run side by side. They run wheel to wheel and they're making contact. They're making contact on exit. Nick tries to stay ahead. He does stay ahead, but that was close to contact and almost both of their races ending at that moment. All over the road for Shek. All over the road for Nick. And now, is Shek going to be able to make this move once again? He's going to have to go the long way around, out of the slipstream. And is he going to be able to make the move round the outside of Stowe? This would be brave. And he's going to be surely running wide if he attempts it. So he can't make that move. As I cut to our leader momentarily, because I'm seeing a bit of lag from these two as well, as you can currently see in your picture as well. I just usually hope that it's not my issue. Always hope that. But obviously we don't want any of the drivers having issues as well. But Keke tiny bit wide. Now we've got Hooky in sixth. Right now, on the back of Funky. And let's see if there's going to be an opportunity for him to get through. Right to stand on the power is Hooky. He's got the champion directly ahead of him. Now to the side of him. And is he going to have him behind? Yes, he will. He's able to just cut across. Funky still trying to find the up and under. And now, is there going to be a chance for Ghost to make the move as well? Ghost will definitely be trying to follow through. And now he's going to have a chance through Maggots and Beckett. Is he going to risk it to the inside line? He backs out. He knows that he's already been involved. A bit of chaos today. We don't want to make it more. So, great action at the moment. There's your race leader. Everything going right for Matthias. Then it's Nick, the driver, in second. And into the pits comes Jamie. And into the pits comes Jess. I think it's raining a bit outside, so I just hope that it doesn't cause any interference. If it does, rain quite a bit. I'm hearing some sounds, so I believe it'll be rain. If it is, I just hope that it doesn't interfere anything and cause any Wi-Fi issues here. Might explain a bit of the lag we are seeing from the drivers. Struggling as he heads through. Does check to try to get on the power earlier than Nick. Let's see. Move. Okay. Can he take the opportunity to try and do something? And he heads through. Maggots and Beckett at the moment. Trying to get on the power. Let's see. He's on the traction now. And he's gonna go the long way around, or attempt to at least, in the battle for third. So Shek from the attack to the defense now. And is he gonna be able... He wasn't able to do the attack. Is he gonna be able to do the defense successfully? He'll try. Forces rival off the road. Okay, he keeps his foot in. He's now gonna have the inside line. Down to club corner. We're gonna head. Is he heading ahead? No. Well, he might be if he can do the up and under. No, he wasn't able to. Oh, he's almost losing the car once again. But attempting to get past Shek. He won't be able to make that maneuver though. So, interesting stuff here. And yes, it might have been drying out, because look what's happened to the runner right now in 10th, 12th, 13th and 14th. Medium compound tires. I've been blind and completely not realised that Giggle has been on the medium for a while, as I've been keeping my eye on this battle mainly. And this battle really only as well. And some other passes that do take place on the circuit. But I guess now, let's keep an eye on Jamie. 21.6 seconds. So that's another crucial thing, because the destiny of this race could completely change when those softs do start coming alive. Okay, having a look down the inside of Cops. With no DRS, ERS has to be used quite a bit. And now, Shek has lost time to Nick. That's not what he wanted. He would have wanted to be past the Ferrari. Now he's about to be passed possibly by the Williams. And Hookie appearing on the scene as well. Oh no! Hookie's into the wall! Hookie is into the wall! And out of the race to cause the second safety car. But Hookie was looking to make some moves too early on the power. Probably was trying to attempt to make a double overtake on that straight. However, instead he's going to find the barrier and he's out. So disappointing for Hookie, so disappointing for Mason. He's got a penalty, so has Nick. A drive-through there as well. Coming in for Mason. Nick getting a penalty. So much happening. And now, so much can happen down in the pit lane, because now it's time to put on the slick compound off tires. But we just saw that, and Hookie finding the wall, and Mason 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane as well. But we just saw that, because I was about to. Oh, Nick has gone on a set of full wets, so possibly, and Shek has gone on the inters. Now I don't know if they've forgotten to change it or what. Or if it's actually the decision they're making. But surely not full wets. Don't know. Full wets? I think there has to be a mistake, surely, as well. So the safety car then is out. A lot of interesting. We're about to get now. Very interesting race all the way till the end. It already has been an interesting race till the end. But even more interesting is this race about to get. Now we're obviously gonna be on the slicks, have the DRS as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think we're gonna see possibly now Nick heading in to the pit lane. So we'll wait and see with what happens with Nick and Shek, if they are going to be coming into the pit lane or not. And that'll give us, then we can do a bit of a run through. So yes, we are going to be seeing into the pits for Ghost, into the pits for Shek, and surely into the pits for Nick as well. And also, who's joined them? Okeke has joined them on the slots as well. Okay. So yeah, the race changing, and then that's why I was just waiting to do a run through as well, to see how the race stands at that moment. Jess is up to third position. Took the opportunity under the safety car. It's a Haas 1-2 as well. Was momentarily a Williams 3-4, but Okeke is in the pit lane. But Jess on those mediums has been able to step forward. So this race, due to pit stops, due to errors, and with the safety car, with now also the weather changing, it's completely turned the race on its head. A lot of drivers have to go on the attack. A lot of ones have to go on the defensive as well. But with that chaos, it's Mason now also in fourth. Then we have Ollie in fifth, Ghost, Shek, then Okeke, Jamie, Nick, who is what? On the inters again, is he? He's ghosted as well. So he might possibly be out. He might have disconnected on the intermediate game. And that's a good race for Nick. Absolutely ruined. So the P2 tier as well is just getting underway. So excited to see what happens with that after this race. But obviously, as I mentioned, all 3 tiers champions have been crowned. And as I was talking about earlier, it really does show you of how consistent the drivers have been this season, all 3 champions, because the drivers have been able to match them. We have seen other drivers able to bring the fight, match them. But the crucial thing, safety cars coming in, but the crucial thing has been they've been the most consistent week in, week out. They've been the driver to beat. And that's what makes them the title, that's what gives them the title as well. So now those champions can enjoy these final few races, and Funky's going to enjoy it even more, but he's going to help his teammate, give him some car length. Matthias takes us back to Green Flag Racing with a good advantage as Funky holds the field up a tiny bit. And now we are racing once again. Opportunity for Ghost in the background to fire. No, he's going to lose a position. He's going to lose a position. It looked like it was a good start from him, but no, he's going to lose a position. So through goes. Check the 6th position. And can he now put on some pressure? Remember, it is still a damp circuit. Okeke fights his way through on the softs. Nick has dived it into the pits again. Really not going his way. Should be 2-0 for getting some DRS right now, doing it the old-fashioned way with a damp circuit still. So you've got to focus on that. Shek making his way through. Down the inside he goes of Ollie to move up to 5th place. And now Matthias in a brilliant position once again to go on to win this race. All the way till the end, Matthias has been absolutely dominant in qualifying and in the race. Assisted by his teammate now in this one as well, with having a bit of a gap. So Matthias is absolutely going to deserve this race win, because it's been his all the way through, and no point has the win been in doubt for Matthias. A lot of drivers though who could have challenged him have work to do, are going to be making moves. So first of all, that was Ghost thinking about one. Fozzie Beck getting ahead of Jamie. Well, not for too long, because he's going to be wide and off the road. And through goes Shek up to 4th, and dropping down the order. I believe Mason's dived it into the pits, and Ollie has dived it into the pits. We did have yellow flags, and that is because Cadden has had a spin, so that kind of scared me, and it made me think that it was one of the drivers who came into the pits who had a spin. Ghost is trying to make a move, and as we said, it's single file stuff. But the circuit opens up a bit more, but he's not close enough to make the move when the circuit does open up at this part of the circle. You can do a bit of up and unders. But he'll have a chance now down the Wellington straight if he can get on the power. Jess right now, attempting to get past Jess. But that's another scrap that is going on the circuit. So Shek trying to move up to third. And it's starting to get the inside line. Jess running a tiny bit wide. Shek trying to take the opportunity. Yellow flags are out once again. I believe Camden might have had another spin. Through goes Shek up to third position. And Jess is a sensible driver. She knows that Shek right now at this stage is faster and doesn't put up too much of a fight or doesn't keep her foot in through Cop's corner, because, well, we've seen what has happened before if you do keep your foot in, especially on a damp circuit where when you are on slicks, and it can go wrong. And obviously Jess now in a brilliant position, has a teammate coming though behind, and Shek definitely could put up the fight. See how it goes. Getting ahead of Okeke, and that is why Okeke's gone off the road. So Okeke goes off the road. He rejoins right next to the driver, who is also on the soft compound of tyres. As we see yellow flags, and that is Ollie's had a spin through Chapel Curve, I believe, right after that. And on the hanger straight, Mason's been given a 3-second time penalty. So penalty is going to be crucial. We'll update with you on that one. Check as a 3-second penalty. So even if you wanted to, it'll be a tough job to get ahead first of all and then pull some time. I believe there might have been a mistake by Matthias, because the gap's come down from 1 second to 4/10, and I'll now get rid of that, as I don't think you want to stare at the menus there. But can Funky end up with a win here at Silverstone? Is he going to be able to get past his teammate? Whoever it is, well, if Matthias gets it in, obviously it will be very well deserved. Funky, that helped with the safety car, but that's what he's good at. That is exactly what Funky is good at. And exactly now, I've barely watched this tier, as I'm usually preparing for P2. Might tune in sometimes though to get a few information about laps and all sorts of stuff, but I can already tell why Funky's the champion. Now he's in a good position. He has a team ahead of him, so he might not fully go for the win, but when he does find himself in positions, he makes the good decisions, he makes the correct decisions, and finds himself in places, and then obviously takes the opportunity. Now, obviously he might not be winning this one, because obviously he might just let his teammate win it. It is a half 1-2, and we already saw it on that restart, that Funky was helping Matthias. We saw that straight away by giving him a few car lengths. Exactly what Ferrari were asking Carlos Sainz. Okeke's had another moment off the road, so that's not what he wanted. He'll rejoin. But exactly what Ferrari asked Carlos Sainz in the British Grand Prix last year in 2022, to give Charles Leclerc a few car lengths, which obviously he denied and refused to on that day, and then went on to obviously take victory. What a brilliant race that was. Silverstone always delivers, whether it's the real life world or the virtual world. And now we are seeing the two Hasses out front. The race calmed down a tiny bit, but the two Hasses out in front right now, 1 and 2 at the moment. And also another thing, shows us why they are the Constructors' champion. So let's see then how it plays out all the way till the end. As into the pits comes Matthias. So Matthias is going to dive it into the pits, and the race leader comes in and allows his teammate, well, his teammate now inherits the lead, but into the pits, kind of a bit confused for a second, and he's going to put on a set of softs. Okay, well, interesting stuff there. Interesting there as well, as Matthias decides to dive it into the pits. But as it stands at the moment, we obviously do have the battle for second place going on. Ghost though might be wanting to turn it into third, so let's see how it goes. I'm hoping he makes this move very quickly. There we go, he's going to make it very quickly for me. There we go. He's going to go to the inside of Cops, And Jess is not going to yield that position. Great defending by Jess. But let's quickly run your goals. I need to check it. They're in fastest lap right now. That belongs to Giggle. Okay, so we obviously need it because remember, second place in the championship. And look how close Check is to the race lead. And we could be going side by side. And he's going to have to make this move and then pull a 3-second gap. If he wants to do this. Ghost still stuck behind Jess. Jess gunning for third position and a big confidence boost, as we mentioned earlier. But at the moment, Ghost is in fourth without the fastest lap. So, it does seem like at the moment, as Giggle setting new fastest laps, and he's about to get past Jamie. Keep an eye on that. We could have a few moves going on here. We do see obviously Ghost try move up. One Aston Martin looking to find a way through. No, it won't be. The other one will though. Giggle is going to improve up to 5th position. Very interesting there on lap 22 of this one. How we go? Oh, we're side by side for 4th momentarily. So some great racing we are seeing at the end of this one as well, as Ghost tries to fight her way through on Jess. And here we go. This is going to be the opportunity out of the slipstream. DRS open and taking the place on the podium is Ghost. So good move there by him. He moves up. And now it's attention to the battle for the lead, as Funky has dived it in to the pit lane as well. And I've also just remembered why. The 2 stops still mandatory. And they've only made 1. I forgot about that due to all of the wet chaos we've had. So that does explain a bit of it. Explains all of it really. And now, as it stands at the moment, Jack is on his way to victory. 3 seconds. And we'll just also double check the pit stops. Yep. Cadden's got to make another pit stop. Well, that's how the pit stop situation looks at the moment. And as it stands, Ghost is gonna be finishing second in the championship as well. Because, well, if Ghost finishes second, then Truth, Giggle, and Jess cannot finish second in the championship. Rageman must score points. And as you can see, Rageman is not in a position right now. He's not even on the circuit right now as he's retired to score points. As we're going to get moved. Let's go this way to see it quicker. Okay, getting past Fuzzy Bet and really storming up off the road. Storming off the road straight away is okay. After that move, but if Ghost can gain himself a few tenths, so that could really be helpful for him. Quickly, just looking at the race director as well. And that's all of the strategies we've seen so far. Matthias. Obviously the driver is putting on new tyres. It's not really a surprise to us. So the safety cars have really assisted a few drivers. Jess finds herself back as well on the podium. As we head through Cox Corner. And there's your race leader. The gap has come down. And it's 3.2 seconds. And as it stands, we're about to go on to the penultimate lap. And this is going to decide the winner. 3-second penalty. As I'll show you right. Oh, I missed it. There you go. 3 seconds. So 3/10 right now is the crucial thing. So 5/10 right now, and it's going to be going on. Now, I have had a race. I've commentated on a race here at Silverstone as well. That has gone, that we've had a similar situation where the race leader has a 3-second. The driver in second is around 3 seconds, and it was over the line, and I did not know who the winner was until obviously they came over the line. So, wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that again. But Ghost has got to go on the attack. He is on his way to second place in the title. As they head through. But right now, you can see it's 3.1. Now it's under 3 seconds. So, here we go. Under 3 seconds. And Czech has really got to go on the attack. With a 3-second time penalty, this race is going to come down to the gap over the line. Giggle is trying to move up. Giggle is trying to move up as well. Past Jess. Fozzie Bear's getting past Camden. Big double check. Camden made, nope. Still one stop for Camden. Maybe I haven't forgotten. Now, here we go. Move for third position. And Giggle is going to go to the inside line. Jess is going to be passed. Unless Jess can find the up and under. And it doesn't look like Jess can at the moment. On to the final lap we go. Of what has been an extraordinary race here at Silverstone. And it is going to come down to the gap over the line. Sheck has got a 3.3 advantage. And he got that under 3 seconds momentarily. So it all comes down to this at the moment. As we get on the power then. With Sheck, the race leader. He's got 5/10 in hand. But we have seen how quickly it has changed. Jamie's also arrived on the scene in the battle. There's still so much to happen, and if Jess can push, maybe she can still get that third position. Definitely still a possibility. Jamie will be in there as well, just in case if there's any chaos. But all attention right now is at that timing page, 3.3 seconds. As it has been for so much. And you can see Ghost using all of the ERS he has, which is not a lot. We head through Maggots and Beckett's. All comes down to these corners. And it looks like Sheck has got a good Maggots and Beckett's. 5/10 he's got in hands. As he arrives to Stowe corner. And he was disqualified in qualifying. And he has made his way through the field. Helped by the safety car. But took the opportunity when it came. Out of the final corner. And he's going to weave over the line from 15th on the grid to first at the flag. Sheck wins at Silverstone and is going to beat home Ghost, who is going to take second on the road and second in the championship. From 13th on the grid, it's going to be Giggle over the line as well to put 2 Aston Martins on the podium. Jess is going to have to concede and he's going to have to finish in 4th after trying to fight back on the last lap. Jamie got close as well, right to the battle. But had to finish, but was just a bit too short in 5th. Then we had Matthias, Funky. Matthias did absolutely brilliant. Pole position, domination, all the way till he had to make that pit stop. And the champion obviously finishing in 7th. Then Mason in 8th, Bukeke in 9th, and then Fozzie in 10th. Camden will be over the line. So due to the 2 stops, it looks like he will be disqualified. Take a look at the stops again. 1 stop to his name. And then we're going to have Ollie in 12th position as well. Incredible race at Silverstone. The action was absolutely fantastic. And the safety car really spicing it up. Sheck driver of the day. Well, that is going to be one that I won't be disagreeing with at all. You'll find out my driver of the days in a second. But I think it's going to be pretty basic and easy. One of the easier ones, I think, that I've had. And I have to pick 2, so that makes it also a bit more easier for me. 2 driver of the day. Then it comes down to you at home to vote on the socials about who you think deserves it. as it is also for all of the other tiers. As you see the podium, and now you see the race results. 15th to 1st for Sheck. A great drive by him, and obviously came down to 7 tenths after the penalties were applied, but he pushed on the last lap to make sure that he finished ahead of the driver second, Ghost, and he is also second in the championship. And then we have Giggle in third, Jess in fourth, Jamie in 5th position, and then we had Matthias, Funky, Mason, Fozzie Bear, Okeke in 10th, and then we had Kaden, Oles, Nick, Hooky, Rageman, the 2 retirements as well, Hooky and Rageman. Rageman bringing the first safety car out, and Hooky also being a retirement in the race as well. So, definitely a lot of action we have seen at Silverstone today, and it really just has been a really great race. Now it is time for my driver of the day as well, and I am going to give it, well, first of all, as well, I think I have to give it to, hold on, something just popped up. Well, is all good on the stream? Yep, all is good, luckily, on the stream as well. But first of all, I am going to give my driver of the day to Sheck, and my second one is also going to go to Ghost as well. And my question for Sheck will be, well, after the disqualification, would you have believed me if I told you that you would have finished in first position? And also, on the last lap, did you think you were able, with the penalty, do you think you would have been able to hold on to that P1 as well? So that would have been my question for him. A pretty similar question there to Ghost as well. First of all, congratulations, obviously, on second place in the championship. And also, my question would be to him, after the engine penalty, were you expecting to get second position? And also, were you expecting to take the win on the last lap as well? Do you think you would have been able to do it? With obviously the 3-second penalty for the driver ahead. So those are my 2 questions for the top 2 and our 2 driver of the days as well. Really fantastic drive, and I think it's pretty easy and simple, but well, they've made their way through from outside the top 10, 1 disqualified, 1 with an engine penalty, so I think they are deserving of that driver of the day. Well, it has been absolutely fantastic bringing you through the action. We'll quickly go through our sponsors as well quickly, and then we are going to round it off here as well. But you can obviously join Mike in the P2 tier, and then later on you can join 2 drivers who are racing here as well, Jess and Jamie, in the P1 comp box for their penultimate race of the season as well, right before we kick off the action for the Mexico City Grand Prix in real life on this amazing Grand Prix Sunday, which has been started with some great action here in the P3 tier of One Hub. So, quickly through our sponsors, we obviously do have NLR. Big thanks to them for all of the prizes they provide. We have Acetec, and then the Pure Sim gear as well, and some of our partners are Vespertine, ERT, and then we obviously have a bit more the Acetec t-shirt and cap that can be won, and a bit of an explanation for you as well of all of the requirements. If you tick those boxes, you could be in with a chance to win. And also SimGrid, as we mentioned, we've shown our standings thanks to them as well. Make our life so much easier, a lot less work to do really with everything, and makes it easier for the league to run smoothly. Well, in the commentary box, my name has been brilliant taking you through the action. Mitch should hopefully be back next week, and the drivers have been absolutely fantastic as well. Some great racing we have seen. And next time it's going to be our final round of the season at Austin, Texas, and it's going to be a sprint race as well to round of the season. Well, championship might be all sorted. That was sorted in Singapore, but still, as you've seen today, we saw some great racing out on the circuit. So there's still a lot to be won, and we're going to be in for a brilliant race at COTA. But from me, that's everything. It's been great bringing you the action, and we'll see you next week for the P3 tier at normal time at 6 p.m. Goodbye.